Hey, how's it going? My name's Andy Monroe and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 3 ways to book speakers or talent for your events. Now, since I'm in the corporate event space, a lot of my time is spent trying to book speakers to come speak at my events. And it's actually one of the most challenging parts of my job. That being said, I have learned quite a bit about booking speakers and talent, and that's what I'm going to share with you in today's video. So let's dive right into it. The first method that I want to talk about for booking speakers or talent for your event is to leverage your network. And this is by far the best way to get somebody to come speak or perform at your event. And that's because it pretty much bypasses all of the annoying things that happen in the next 2 methods that I'm going to be talking about. And also, there's already a pre-established relationship there with you and the speaker. Even if you don't know the speaker directly, there's still a little bit of trust there because you are connected to the person that they are connected to. And if they're willing to come speak at your event through that connection, it's likely that that relationship is good and there's already trust there. When you use your network to sign a speaker or talent, there's usually just a lot more flexibility in the whole process as well. There's a lot more room for negotiation in the contracts. They're usually a little bit more loose on payment schedules, and it just doesn't feel as tense as it does when you're working through an agent or some other route. And something else I've actually learned is a lot of the most high profile speakers will only do speaking engagements for people that are in their network as a favor. There have been a lot of high profile individuals I've been going after in my career as an event planner, and a few of them I've gotten the same exact answer from every single agent and every single person I've talked to about them, and that is they don't accept speaking engagements unless it's from somebody in their network. So that's why I spend a ton of time trying to find people in their network to network with so that eventually I can make that connection and hopefully ask for that favor. For most of my events, I'd say about 60 to 70% of the speakers are speakers that we sign through somewhere in our network. And that really just makes my job a lot easier. All right, the next method for signing speakers and talent for your event is to work your way in. Now, there's this strategy called the Dream 100 strategy that Russell Brunson from ClickFunnels talks about quite a bit. And basically, the Dream 100 strategy is making a massive list of all of your dream speakers or people that you want to partner with or people that you want to associate your business and brand with. And you begin to build a relationship with them over time. And there's a few different ways that you can do this. The first way that I do it is simply by sending out cold emails. I'll scour the internet looking for the speaker that I'm trying to get in contact with's email or somebody from their team. And then I'll start sending them emails to start building the relationship. Now, depending on how urgently I want them to speak, sometimes I just go ahead and ask them to come speak at the event in the first email. But if it's a relationship that I'm trying to nurture for many years down the road, I'll simply just talk to them about the brand, and I'll even try to give a little bit at first as well. Maybe it's giving them free tickets to come out to the event, or maybe it's sending them some content from our course or our products that might help them in their business. Whatever it is, I definitely think it's a good idea to try and give before you ask. However, a lot of times there's not enough time to nurture that relationship, so I'll just go in for the ask right away. And I can tell you this right now, most of the time, emailing the speaker directly will not work. Almost all of the speakers I have signed through the cold outreach method via email have been through me emailing somebody that works closely with them or emailing their assistant directly. I've only gotten a few responses from the speakers themselves, and a few have actually been yeses. However, most of the emails I send directly to the speakers don't ever get answered. And maybe that's just because I'm a shitty copywriter. I don't know. And maybe you'll have better luck with it. Something else you can do with the Dream 100 strategy is to do a lot of research on these individuals that you're trying to partner with and that you want to come speak at your events. And you can start to send them packages or gifts or letters centered around that research. An example of this is something that we did with Ray Dalio. Now, Ray Dalio is a speaker that we've been trying to sign for a really long time. And I've done a lot of research on this man, trying to come up with good ideas for gifts. Now, after doing a lot of research, we found that he's really into hunting and he's really into hunting knives. So we thought it would be a good idea to get him a custom knife made out of, I believe it was a mammoth tusk. And it would be put in this box with a really nice presentation. And we told ourselves that if we were ever going to get the chance to meet Ray Dalio, we would give him this knife and ask him to come speak at Fun Launch Live. And we ended up holding onto the knife for about a year before one of my partners was actually going to have the opportunity to meet Ray Dalio. He was going to attend this financial event that Ray was speaking at, and there was going to be a meet and greet at some point during the event. And when it was time for my partner to meet Ray, somehow he made it past the security with this knife in a box, and he delivered the knife to Ray. And my partner said that pretty much every other person in line just got up there, shook Ray's hand, took a picture, and left. But because Ray was so touched and moved and surprised by the knife, he ended up talking to my partner for like 2 or 3 minutes. And he even said that he wanted to write a personal thank you letter for us getting him the knife. And even more than that, he connected him with his personal head of PR, who basically handles all of his speaking engagements. And now we haven't signed Ray to speak at any of our events yet. However, we are closer than we ever have have been before, because we decided to get creative with it and do some research on him and give him a gift that was actually meaningful. All right, the last method for getting speakers and talent that I want to talk about is to simply buy your way in. And when I say buy your way in, I mean working with speaker agencies to buy speakers or talent. Now, this is probably the easiest way to get speakers, because you can just go on the website and see which speakers are represented by which agents, and you can just go submit an inquiry through those agents. And if the speaker is professionally available and you have the budget for it, you can typically get them signed. However, I will say this is probably the most annoying route to go, because you have to always work directly with the agent. You never really get to talk to the speaker or the speaker's team until you have a few calls leading up to the event to get everybody prepped. The speaker kind of holds on to all of the information, and they're basically the liaison between you and the speaker. On top of that, you just know that you're going to be spending more money on this because the agent also has to get their commission. So if the speaker charges $50,000 to speak, you're going to have to expect to spend 70 to 75K, because the agent is going to get commission and the company has to get commission as well. There was actually a speaker I just signed that I got quoted at $85,000 on a speaker agent website, but I was able to get in contact with the speaker's assistant and I got quoted at $60,000. So that's $25,000 cheaper. So if you're going to be going through the agent route, you should definitely be ready to spend more money than the actual speaking fee. All this being said, I've actually had a decent experience with all these agents, and every single speaker that I've signed through these agencies, the talent delivered, and it was a great experience. And also, how it usually goes is the speaker will come and they'll speak at your event. The speaker or talent will come and speak or perform at your event, and they'll be so impressed with your event and the community and the culture and your team that they will give you their personal information or their card so that you can work together more in the future. And then you don't have to go through the agent. All of it can be done through a one-on-one relationship. Signing speakers or booking talent for an event is actually super challenging, but I'm confident that if you use any of these methods I just talked about in this video, you'll have a few more tricks up your sleeve when you're trying to get them to come speak or perform at your event. All right, that's all I have for you in today's video. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below in the comments. Or if you want to chat more about events, feel free to reach out to me via Instagram. I love events and I'd love to help you out in any way possible. All right, I'll see you in the next video.